World War II, which lasted from 1939 to 1945, was one of the most devastating and transformative conflicts in human history. It involved the majority of the world's nations, including all the great powers, which eventually formed two opposing military alliances, the Allies and the Axis. The war reshaped international relations, caused immense destruction, and led to significant political, economic, and social changes worldwide. The roots of World War II lay in the unresolved tensions of World War I and the Treaty of Versailles, 1919. The treaty placed heavy reparations and territorial restrictions on Germany, fostering resentment and economic hardship. The global Great Depression in the 1930s further destabilized economies, creating fertile ground for extremist ideologies like fascism and Nazism. Adolf Hitler's rise to power in Germany in 1933 marked a turning point. His expansionist policies, aimed at overturning the Versailles Treaty and establishing German dominance in Europe, included the reoccupation of the Rhineland, 1936, the annexation of Austria, 1938, and the seizure of Czechoslovakia's Sudetenland. Meanwhile, Japan pursued imperial expansion in Asia, invading Manchuria in 1931 and China in 1937. Italy under Benito Mussolini sought to recreate the Roman Empire, invading Ethiopia in 1935. The outbreak of war. World War II officially began on September 1, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. This act prompted Britain and France to declare war on Germany 2 days later. The German strategy of Blitzkrieg, lightning war, quickly overwhelmed Poland and later Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, and France. By mid-1940, much of Western Europe was under Axis control. In the Pacific, Japan's aggression escalated, culminating in the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. This brought the United States into the war, transforming it into a truly global conflict. Turning points. The tide of the war began to turn in 1942 with key battles. In Europe, the Battle of Stalingrad marked a major defeat for Germany, as Soviet forces began a relentless push westward. In North Africa, the Allies won the Battle of El Alamein, leading to the eventual expulsion of Axis forces. In the Pacific, the Battle of Midway, June 1942, was a critical victory for the United States, halting Japanese expansion. Over the next 3 years, the Allies adopted an island-hopping strategy to reclaim territory from Japan. The war's end. D-Day, June 6, 1944, was another pivotal moment. Allied forces landed in Normandy, France, and began liberating Western Europe. Meanwhile, the Soviet Red Army advanced from the east, capturing Berlin in May 1945. Hitler committed suicide and Germany surrendered on May 7, 1945. In the Pacific, the war ended after the U.S. dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima, August 6, and Nagasaki, August 9, prompting Japan's surrender on September 2, 1945. Aftermath. World War II caused unprecedented destruction, with an estimated 85 million fatalities, including the Holocaust, where 6 million Jews and millions of others were systematically murdered. The war also led to the establishment of the United Nations in a bipolar world dominated by the United States and the Soviet Union. The consequences of World War II continue to shape the modern world, serving as a sobering reminder of the costs of global conflict.